Alright guys, so this is the New Year's 2016 show. We've got on the right are a bunch of mortars. On the left we have cakes and missile batteries. Not too many 500 grams, just that one on the end this time. We have it choreographed much better though. We've got 3 different fuses from Skylighter. The green that you'll see is 2 seconds per inch. Pink is about a ½ second per inch, and the yellow is the fastest at about 1/10 of a second per inch. There's some variance there though. What we have a little cake intro here. Missile batteries excluded. The hot dog is gold mines that will go up and have gold bursts on top of them. Then we have those 2 Warhog motorcycles going off simultaneously. That's just a bunch of color. The turtles you see there called turning heads. That's what I really have them for, are the spiraling golden tails. And then the chili pepper is a really fast one, kind of to signal our transition. That's where, once we get these out to the street, the chili pepper is going to transition over to our yellow piece here. That's the yellow. I'm going to tie together to get the mortars started really fast. And the mortars, I've got a little intro with a crackle, and then it's going to go into a rainbow. We're going to get red, yellow, green, blue, purple, all in order. The pink, while this one here is burning the 10 seconds down into the shell, this pink is going to burn over back to the cakes. We're going to have the gold mines again with the hot dog. Come over to a strobe effect out of this, what is that, shock therapy. And then from the shock therapy we get into, we have these, what was CE, Crazy Exciting. The Crazy Excitings are 40 seconds each, so while one's going off, the Saturn missile batteries will go as well. That's just a whole bunch of whistling cries. Those last about 45 seconds. After the Crazy Excitings, we get over, I got a bastardized one here because we took a couple off just to play with them. But we go from this bastardized graffiti over to the Bada Bing, and the Bada Bing comes over. You see these fuses on top. These are going to be burned before these missile batteries go off, as was the case over here, so don't worry about that. Jawbreakers is a bunch of color. And then over here we have a Roadshow. That's an extremely fast one. I think those are all going to go off in about half the time as this one here. And it's going to add a bunch of crackle to the end of this, which already has a little bit of crackle on its own. Now, kind of hard to see the fuse, but tucked back here after the Roadshow, we move on over to the Charge. We're going to get a little bit louder breaks out of those. 2 of them in series. And they're also these last 25 seconds. So what we've done here, we've wired the charges in series, but these 2 missile batteries are in parallel, starting at the same time as the charge. So all 4 of these together should end about the same time. Before we go over to the graffiti, these are 15 shots, so they're going to be a little bigger and louder for the 200 grams. And these have, I previewed them online. You can YouTube all these. You'll see their effects before you set them off. And these have kind of a good finale effect as far as cakes go. And we have the pink. This pink's going to lead right up here once we get it out to the street. And we're going to go to our shells again, 15 of them this time, spread along. When you look down in here, these are not fully seated, but once this burns, the shell drops the rest of the way into the mortar. We've had no issue with that in the past. Up here, this is the end of our 15, this is the 15th shell. So as it's burning, it's 10 seconds down. The pink, again faster, ½ second per inch, goes 20 inches, so that's 10 seconds. As soon as our shell launches, we ignite that yellow you see there, and the yellow is going to zip on over to this bad boy, this zipper. They're real little, but this country boy is going to go zip, 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 zip back and forth for 45 seconds before it gets to its end with the larger brakes. And about halfway through that, back here on our branch, you see when this yellow starts to fly over to the Country Boy, we have the slow fuse again. The slow fuse comes up to our finale shells. We have 2 crackling with color that are going to launch up, and then this pink is going to set off a plain crackling, while a slower one goes to 2 more cracklings, just for a whole bunch of crackle at the end. So we'll tape our show, and hopefully everything I've described here comes out just as well as I've described it.